I've been learning Gemini, Gemini Pro, Claude. I settled on those two. And it doesn't count the fact that I got Canva. But there's a lot going on, and I am just in a constant learning curve because of Gemini Pro. I saw Claude, and I really wanted to try Claude also. And when I tried the free version, it was really good, and so I said I would give that a try for a while also. And also with this, when I got the Google Pro, on the last upgrade, they let us have the YouTube Premium Lite. And to me, it's premium because it does not have any ads in it. And I mean, I was determined not to pay for any premium for no ads. And now I don't have to. And I didn't even try. All I was doing was using Gemini. And so that was a huge bonus for me. And it's strange looking at videos now with no ads in them. They just start off and they just keep running. And I really, really like it. And so that's one of my favorites there of the situation. And the thing about Gemini Pro is that you are included in a whole nother world of other things that are free or severely discounted. I mean, it's like pouring water out to us. And no one can learn all this stuff at one time. Only thing you can do is find out what's best for you and keep trying to see how it works. Like for me, I have several thumbnails that I have made in Google AI Studio. Google Gemini AI, just say AI Studio. And so I've been using that. I really like it, and I've got a couple of different types of thumbnails that actually help me with things like changing the titles and updating the titles, making them better. And I do consult with Google Pro a lot about any videos that I put up. I try to put a timestamp on all of them. And when I put a timestamp on there, that's who's giving me the timestamps. I don't try to do some type of manual way of going in there and numbering it or anything. Just give them the transcript from the video that you created before that you loaded in, and have it sitting in private, unlisted, before you list. And if you give it the transcript, it will give you a description, SEO tags, and hashtags, and it gives you the timestamp in the display. So it's giving you a lot. And so if you see on most of my videos, some people say, I don't use anything like that, but that's for them. This is what I'm learning. And I don't think you need to really have it that much because I've seen too many people without it. But it is really good because if somebody wants to skip in your video, they can do that. And look at stuff if you've got several different things, like me doing reviews of streaming shows and maybe a movie or two. It breaks it down for the sections that you're actually talking about. Now, also, I've let Google see my whole video. I don't too much like to do that because I think it might use up some space in it. I don't want to be charged for anything else than what I'm actually paying for. So, but you have to take everything with a grain of salt on it, because when I did give Google Pro the full video instead of the transcript, it said, okay, this is a nice video and everything, but that background is kind of basically they were saying it was junky. But I told Google Pro that is none young. I said, what is none young? It means none young business. Yeah, but it will compliment you and tell you that your video is nice while it's getting everything ready. And it does such an actually fantastic job of doing it. And I tested Claude to see if Claude could do it. Claude can do it too. It's just a little bit different, but it is good. And also, I've been asking questions. Now, we're in the ask question stage. We're going to be that way for a long time because there's so much coming. It changes every day, every week, every month. And so some of the questions I ask it that I'm not familiar with, I keep asking it. I do ask questions about things like VEO3 and Imagen 4, IMAG something 4. Imagen 4, and because you hear it and then you forget it. So if I have a question about something that I've heard and I no longer understand what it is, I just ask, what does this mean? What did you tell me this meant? And it will tell you. And it always does. All of them do it nicely. So they've got that programmed in. I've determined I'm going to use mostly Flash at the moment. And that's recommended by Google Pro. It says use the Flash first, and if you want to create videos, it said don't use Gemini Pro. You can only use it 3 times a day, and then it does use up some tokens and credits. It told me that you get more if you go to Flow. So you have to make a little detour to come out of Gemini Pro to go to Flow. And some people probably work in Flow a lot, but I didn't. And because it's like I need to put on my saved websites because I have a whole list of Google places to go. And that makes it easier for me to get there. And so use Flow and Flash first until they get the rebuffed and updated Gemini Pro 3.5. Anyway, the big one. And then, so I'm learning how to use VEO3 Flow. And Flow has 1,000 credits. So you do have a lot of room in Flow to make your videos. But I just don't know what videos to make. And then I found out from Gemini Pro that the YouTube has been cracking down on channels for AI content. So I asked Gemini, I said, well, they got all this stuff going on with VEO3 and then Flow. I said, if you use it, are they going to demonetize you or penalize you for using it because it's AI? And it said no, because what? It's YouTube. So YouTube talk about all this bad boy on the corner stuff about this AI. We're going to just knock a bunch of y'all off, which they have done. And but it's not going to do the same with theirs. So if you have a little bit in there with their stuff, they're not counting it. So I don't know if anybody realizes that, but yeah, they're not counting their own AI. I said, go right ahead. Now, I don't know if you have to put on your AI Studio that you have used some type of AI on it. But Gemini Pro says, no, you can just use that. They're not going to count it against you on that. So everybody better learn all these side hustles on Gemini Pro and lean on that a little bit. And but basically, you just have to be as creative as you can and finding the best way for yourself and your budget. So I haven't got that sophisticated yet. And I've been watching a lot of videos too of people upset about some of their friends and channels that have been demonetized. I've seen a few people missing, and so yeah, they are doing some things. So, but these are your slick people who are constantly posting, and now they're corralling them to be more careful. So, and then my philosophy on posting often is kind of different. I just hadn't really been doing that. I will get back into it. I had some real great mutuals on there. Sometimes when they post, they'll start posting often, and then they tell you better get out here and post every day and do this, and they'll post this and everything. But they neglect to remember. I remember when they were posting regular, and then they stopped for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then they came back, and then they started lecturing about being consistent. And they've done this about 2 or 3 times. So, you have to take everything that everybody says, even the ones you like, with a grain of salt. So, but yes, that's what I've been doing. And some of the things I don't really get that much is when they use terminology like LLMs. I don't really know what that stands for. I forget it as soon as it's told to me, And but the good thing, I got Claude and Gemini to tell me what LLMs are if I just take the time to ask them. So that's what I've been doing, and I'm going to be continuing to do my reviews, and I have to find my own way. I'm not like people that can just be manufacturing stuff out at a drop of a hat. And like I said, and I don't lecture people about how they post. So I just think that you have to find your own way. And the people that do post often and are successful have done a great job. I enjoy watching them, and I'm lucky that I don't have to get on the treadmill like a lot of people to keep posting to make money for a living. So, everybody just enjoy this, and then also take into account the seriousness of the AI world. People are constantly saying the word AI slop, and it's there, but it's like you keep pointing at a sore when you don't need to. You just need to be conscious of what you need to be, to what you want your representatives to do for you, to not make sure they're not opening up a data center that poisons the area, things like that. But it's definitely going to be around for a while, so you might as well learn as much of it as you can, and and hope for the best how things turn out. It's too sophisticated, too modern, too needed, really, to go away in this day and age. I say it's needed because what else are we gonna do? I mean, a retired person like me, this is just the greatest toy around. It keeps your mind sharp. That's why I wasn't posting, was because I was just on Google just trying to find stuff, and now I'm learning how to post these videos together. I have no B-roll in this, but I'll get to that too. But anyway, I'm going to post regularly and post shorter, and I hope you all have a good day. Thank you for dropping in. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and like. And people keep saying, don't say that. But I did. Have a good evening, YouTube. I'll see you again soon with one of my reviews and tell you about all the stuff I'm doing.